Hello, welcome to Chasing Diecast Cars. Here are the loose cars I got from the latest NAMAC event. Usually I don't have the time to look at loose cars, but because of holiday season there weren't as many sellers as usual, so I had some time left. I'm going to start by the biggest, the most expensive cars and then go down to the cheapest ones. So mostly Matchbox in this episode. Last episode on the loose cars, last time I went to the NAMAC event, were mostly Hot Wheels. For some reason they had more Matchbox now. So let's start with the first one. It is a Hot Wheels. It's the 56 Ford F100 truck. It was first released in 1999, and this is a 2006 Ultra Hots version. Has a metal base, metal body, real riders with these white walls, very nice. Two-tone green color. It says Hot Wheels hauling since 1968 on the side. You get tail lights, you get the grille painted with the headlights, and then this hood or bonnet opens up, but doesn't open up as far as it should, I think, but I'm afraid to force it. I don't know if anyone knows this casting. Is it okay if I force it to open up a little bit further, or am I going to break it? Please comment so that I know if I can risk it or not. The engine sticking through the hood bonnet. Not a big fan of it, but you know, it's part of the casting and it's part of the interior, this chrome piece. So happy to get it for €4. That is an affordable price for Europe. The seller had another one with a plastic base, but of course I chose the metal one. Then next up is also a Hot Wheels. So the next three cars, seller was asking €2 for. I offered him 5 instead of €6, and he accepted, so that's €167 per car. All the cars I got here were all thrown into a box or a cardboard crate or something like that. So they're mint, but they might have some, well, mostly mint, but they might have some scratches on the windows. Some of you commented on the previous loose car video that was a lot of money for loose cars, and that's true, but on the other hand, this is Europe. There's just not enough diecast for everyone, and the people that sell them in these plastic trays, they will be asking 3, 4, 5 or even more euro for them. So if I can get them for €2 or less, and they are mint or very close to mint, then I will take them if they are interesting enough. So this is the Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary. This was first released in 1997, and this is the actual first release in a pearl yellow. It's got the 5-dot wheels, no tampos, but the casting is very detailed, as you can see. It just has the Hot Wheels logo on the windscreen. That's the only tampo it actually has. Then from the same seller, now we get into the Matchbox. So I did the Bentley video recently. Should have had these then, but that's okay. So this was first released in 2007. This is a 2008 release in iridescent white. Very cool casting, very nicely detailed. And then the second one is a 2009 release. So in a metal flake chestnut color. It's got the same deco, looking really cool. And then from another seller, also he was selling them for €2 per car. I bought 6 cars, so should have been 12. I offered him 10, he accepted, so that's also €1.67 per car. He had a bunch of very nice cars, castings that are hard to come by, but you know, I had to make a selection, and you know, also I think they are, you know, not cheap, so I'd rather find them carded for that price, but you know, like I said, hard to come by. This is the CLK convertible. I thought I did not have this casting yet, but turns out I do, but that's okay. First release 1999. This is a 2002 Stars of Germany version. It's in a very nice metal flake dark blue color. No tampos, just a plastic chrome insert for the grille. It's got a decent interior. So very happy to find this, because these Stars of Germany cars, they are hard to come by. I will show a few more after I have shown the second Stars of Germany one I found from that same seller. Didn't know it was a Stars of Germany one, but I thought I had never seen this casting before, and that's true, I had never seen it before. And also caught my eye that it has opening doors, so don't see that much anymore. And this does get a tempo front and back, the other ones don't. So this is a 2002 first release, and this is the only release there has ever been of this casting, in green, in the Stars of Germany series. So that's cool to have that. I'm very happy with that. Let's take a look at the other ones. By the way, this one does have suspension. That's cool. This one doesn't. Another release I have from the Stars of Germany. I got this last year from the NAMAC event. Metal on Metal, the 3 Series Coupe. So again, no tampos and no suspension. And then I have these boxes. So this is what they would look like. It's got the German flag, black, red and yellow on the card. Stars of Germany collection. This is the VW delivery van. These were all 12 cars in the series. Pictures of real cars, not of the diecast version. And then the fifth one I have is this BMW X5 in a very nice red color. So these are the only ones I have from this series, trying to get all of them. So slowly but steady I'm getting there. Then next up, still from the same seller, the Dodge Magnum. First released in 2005. This is the 2006 release. A metal flake gunmetal. No suspension. It does have the separate piece for the light bar. I think that's very cool. That's one of the reasons why I like these. Very nice detail here is the blue paint on the corner here, you know, for a blue light, police light. That is a very nice detail. It's got the same on the other side, so that's very cool. I have to collect this model. I have a few with the light bar. I have one with the surfboards. I don't have any that does not have anything on the back. Still looking for one of those. Then we get some Subarus. So this was first released in 2008, and this is the actual first release. This silver one also has the separate piece for the light bar. So all the decos are on the side, nothing front and back. And then next year in 2000 white, they released it in 2009. Sorry, they released it in white. Also separate piece for the light bar. No front and rear deco, just side deco. In 2019 we're getting one in a 5-pack. We'll no longer have the separate light bar. We'll have a light bar that is part of the windscreen. That's how it goes nowadays. I'm only missing 2 versions now. I have one carded with a blue light bar, and I'm missing the other two with the blue light bar, so there's only I think 5 releases until now. And then the last one from this seller is this one. This does have some more playware, but it's the first time ever I see this casting, and it's a VW, so that's why I was willing to pay this kind of money for it. Volkswagen Transporter Ambulance, first released in 1988, does have suspension, and this was available from 1994 till 1996 in this livery. It's got the blue light as part of the windscreen. A very cool ambulance, happy to have found it. And then we go to that same seller I got a bunch of last time, that sells them for €1 only. Turns out this seller sells hundreds of cars at the event. I always go there last, and then he still has a few hundred left. But he showed me the empty boxes, cardboard crates, of cars that were sold out. Wow, that's amazing. He sells so much. And that's because €1 for Europe is cheap for cars that are close to mint or dead mint. So the 2000 Chevy Suburban, first release in 2000. This is a 2005 release in satin neon yellow. Only side deco, does have the separate piece for the light bar. That's why I like to buy these. I will always buy these when I find them with this thing on top. Another Chevy SUV. This is the Tahoe, first released in 1998. This is a 2002 Across America release. So I don't know if these were ever released in Europe. Possibly only released in the United States. So these cars would have a name of a state on them, and each car had a different state. So it's cool to acquire one of these, and also cool of course for the light bar. So that was a nice find. Next up, now these all were pretty dirty, so I had to clean them up. But underneath the dirt, this very nice blue color showed up, so I was very happy when this one was all cleaned up. This is the Cadillac Escalade, first released in 2003. This is the 2004 release in this nice dark blue color. So this one does get tampos front and back. That's really cool, looking really good. Got a sunroof. Next up, we got a few of the Chevy Avalanches. This is the first release from 2002 in a metallic green. You got the Avalanche name on the side. Got Chevrolet molded into the casting. That's really cool. Nothing in the front. And then the second one is a 2005 release in this forest green. Also got Avalanche written on the side. It's got some more stripes. Nothing front and back also. I've got the silver version carded. That's the one Mark from Race Grooves drives. So cool to have. Also found this cool one. I did not have this casting yet. This is the F-150 Lightning. It does say so on the base too. This was first released in 2005. This is the 2006 release in pearl white, looking really cool. It's got a very nice front end, very nicely tempoed, and then nothing in the back, but it does have the tonneau cover all painted up. That's very nicely done. This is a very cool one. I have another well, Matchbox has another F-150 pickup with the open bed. I have one or two of that, but this one is a very cool find. Very happy with it. Then I found another one that has opening doors. Very surprised, did not see this casting before. So this is the Jeep Liberty. This is the first release from 2001. So here you go. Opening doors. That's really cool. Got a very flashy blue interior. It also has a spare wheel that is the same size as the wheels that are on the vehicle. This just doesn't get the chrome tampoed on it. So that's very nice. It does have a small paint chip here on the mirror, but you know, there's only I think 4 different versions of this one, so pretty hard to come by. Next up, another Jeep. This is a Maisto. I thought this was a very cool color combination. This is the Wrangler Sahara. I don't know from what year this is, but very cool color combo, I think. The wheels on this, to me they look very much like the Matchbox wheels, so I don't think that's a coincidence. They're just a bit bigger. Kind of differently shaped, but you know, you can see the resemblance. Then I found me another truck camper. This was first released in 1999, and this is a 2006 release. So it's got all the tampos on the side. Remember, this door opens up. If it will open up, yeah, like that. Kind of hard to see inside. It's got some detail but inside, but not that much. That's a cool one. Then I found this school bus. This is the first release. Has been in the lineup from 1985 till 1995. Does not have suspension, so I have a later version of it, but did not have this first release. Does get tampos all around actually, because it also has a tampo here in the front above the windscreen, and the grille is also nicely done, so it's a very nice one to have. This is also an interesting find. This is the Oldsmobile Aerotech. It's probably a concept vehicle. It was first released in 1998 and available like this until 1991 in silver. It has an opening part, and you can see the engine. So very cool, and interesting to notice that this opening part is metal, whereas nowadays the opening parts cars, you know, the Renault Trésor concept, the opening part is plastic, so that's a bit lame. These, and it has suspension too. These were still metal opening parts. And I have some Italian car. Just kidding. This is a Ferrari, of course. The 456 GT, first released in 1994. This is the 1996 release. First time I have this casting. It does have suspension. Very happy to find it. Looking very good in this red, although it does not have any other tampos. At least it's got suspension right. Then found this Ford GT. This very nice gold color with the black stripes. I have the orange version with the black stripes from that same year in 2007. First release 2005. So this one has got all the tampos on the top, like that. Looking good, very cool casting. Then I found a bunch of Corvettes. This casting I needed to complete my Corvette collection. By that I mean I've tried to collect every Corvette casting by Matchbox starting from the 80s until now. This was the last example I needed. This is the 2000 Corvette, first release from 2001, this maroon color. So now I can do my Corvette video whenever I find the time to do it. So it's got the logo front and back on top. Nice interior. And I also found another version of that same car. I think by Motormax. It doesn't say on the base, but this sure seems Motormax to me. It says 98 Corvette, but it's actually exactly the same body style as the Matchbox one. It's got some detail to it and a nice interior also. Not as detailed as the Matchbox when it comes to the dashboard, but the seats I think are nicer in the Motormax. The Matchbox ones, they're a little bit long for some reason. Looks a bit funny, the seats. These look more realistic than the dashboard. The Matchbox is much nicer. This one seems to have a Tesla tablet in the middle. That's not possible, of course. Did not exist back then. Notice though, the surrounding of the windscreen is in metal on the Motormax and plastic on the Matchbox. So they both have some things going for them. I think they both did a great job. So thumbs up for Motormax. Even got the windscreen wipers painted. Because Motormax, you know, their castings are kind of hit or miss. I often get some castings that seem to be designed by a kid, but this one definitely was designed by an adult. Another Matchbox one. This is metal on metal, and it's in a very nice yellow color with these this checkered theme. Really like that. First released in 1997. This is a 2001 release in yellow. This was the last release of this casting, by the way. This top is plastic, but this here is metal. It's got very nice tampos back and side. And I also found a Hot Wheels version of that same vehicle. So a 97 Corvette also. First released in 1997 too, and this is a 2000 release in red. Very nice gold lace or snowflake wheels, rims. Not a lot tempo wise. It does have the Hot Wheels logo kind of melted into the rear window. It looks really cool. I should do that more often. Like that. Just a quick comparison between the two, because these are exactly the same cars. From the side you see this is a little bit more stretched out. This seems to be a little bit shorter, a little bit rounded more. I think this looks more accurate. The Matchbox does get more details in the back. It looks nicer in the back, detail wise, tempo wise. And then the front, again, I think the Hot Wheels looks more realistic. It's too round, the Matchbox, but the Matchbox does get the metal base, where the Hot Wheels has a plastic base. But I like the fact that the Matchbox, Hot Wheels is all metal on top, where here we get a plastic part, you know, but more metal here means less metal on top, and the other way around, I guess. But all in all, casting wise, I think Hot Wheels did a better job. Then found a T-Bird. This is the 1957 Ford Thunderbird, first released in 1982. This was available from 1983 up until 1985 in this cream and red. Metal on metal, suspension. So this is all metal, tempoed. Thunderbird, it says. This actually has full deco all around. and metal base and suspension. So I mean, what more can you wish for? There's nothing more. Well, some opening parts, that's true. That's the only thing you could wish for more, but I think this one already is close to full option. Now, of course, I had to get me a Hot Wheels version of a Thunderbird. It's not the same year, that's clear, but it is metal on metal also. This is a 63 T-Bird, first release 1998 in this teal color. So cool that it is a first release. Got some paint here on the side, the Thunderbird name on the back, and the rear section is part of the base. Got the Hot Wheels logo extra here, and then it seems like a T-Bird logo here, I guess. Yeah, got the 5-dot wheels. It's a very cool casting, very heavy, very nicely done. And then the last three are some oddball ones. This is a Maisto casting, but it was released by Edocar, a Dutch brand. So it does have some suspension. New York Taxi. All in all, pretty cool. Pretty basic also, but at least it does have an interior. Then for my tow truck collection, got this Corgi, the Ford Transit Wrecker, made in Great Britain, plastic base metal body. So it's complete, so I buy tow trucks like these when I can find them complete. So it does have the sticker still on it, it does still have the tow hook on it. The red light bar is part of the, well, I think it's a separate insert, yeah, it's a separate insert. Got the blue windows, it does have a crack in the window, that's unfortunate. Got some black paint on the grille, but all in all, a very nice piece, happy to have found it. And the last one I got for free from another seller, the one that I got the Noref cars from. This is a Loyal Bride BMW Z8. Can also be found with the majorette name on the base. He had several of these. I did not look very well because this rollover protection bar has broken off, and a piece of the exhaust has broken off. Should have looked better, but anyways, it was free, so can't complain. Just to show you the majorette version, because in 2011-2012 these were available as majorettes, because in 2011 the majorette factory flooded, and Majorette contracted Loyal Bride to make cars for them, and this is one of them. As you can see, it says Majorette on the base. Made in China, reference 7 is the same as on the red one, but then here on the bottom it just says promotoys.nl, where here it says Majorette. This does have, this one is complete. It's it was carded when I bought it, but the glue came undone, so the blister fell off. That's why it is loose now. So on that note, I thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.